On Euro USD here, you can see that price is coming back down into the, let's say 1500s. It's just below the 1600s, and this is kind of an interesting, nice little pullback area that we see price coming into. Let's go ahead and draw this nice little trend line as well to the downside here. I still feel like this market is in an uptrend. However, this breaking these pivots right here, as well as right over here, is somewhat of a telltale sign that something new may be happening, and we can see that price came down here and just broke that on, well, a few days ago here. So if we can get price to come back up here again, it might be a nice area to take the short from, especially from like the trend line, or possibly all the way up to this zone here and then pushing down yet again. So again, this could be a while out. I'm looking for price this week to come up and see really how strong resistance is, and possibly do a nice short considering price has broken these pivots. I think price is actually in a new downtrend, just based upon this pattern here, and because price has broken these pivots the way that it has, I'm looking for a good area to short. Okay, so but for this week, I would like to see price come back up to the upside. So technically speaking, I guess I'm looking upwards for this coming week, but overall, I'm definitely looking to the downside. Now, looking at the two daily levels on the 60-minute time frame, you can kind of see that we have some nice confluence of zones here, especially one on the edge as far as the supply level goes, and one in the middle, and then one on the top side. So I'm looking more at the one on the bottom side. It is a nice aqua color. This aqua color suggests that price has not retested this level, therefore it's fresh and clean and could hold some very nice resistance to the downside as price comes into this. Now, the other area that I want to look at is this diagonal line here, and this diagonal line here represents the downtrend that price has been in, and that trend line that we drew. And as you can see, there are no zones right around where this trend line meets. Therefore, I don't think that price is going to bounce off of this trend line. I would prefer to see price push to the downside either really hard or pull all the way back up into the 118.30 areas before it continues even further down. More than likely, it's either going to push down again really, really hard into demand, and down below, here's our demand level here. You can see that there's a nice little aqua level in demand right around the 116.80, excuse me, 115.80 down to about 115.40, 74 area, and I would be looking for price to bounce off of that here in the next up and coming week. Moving over to the EURCAD, you can see here on the daily time frame, price is again kind of in a range. You can see the nice little demand zone holding the bottom of the range, as well as on the upside, that supply zone, that daily supply zone from way back when, holding supply. So nice bottoming out here at the zone level. And you can kind of see how that gap has also formed that really good demand as we've seen price do its thing kind of back and forth here. Now, if I were to make this zone a little bit tighter up here on the top side, I think it would look something like this, just so that you guys can have an idea of where I see the top of the range being. Yes, it's inside of supply, and we know why price is doing what it's doing, but I would say like this area here is the top of the range, and price has just recently been up into the top of the range, and now we're really determining if price is going to break higher or not. Okay, so right now I'm kind of at a standstill. We are in a range type of market. Yes, it could very easily continue to the upside here as we are retesting the highs yet again. Okay, so the more times price retests this high area, the weaker and weaker it gets. You can see the new demand being formed up here again, really supporting the bulls and all that momentum that they have coming in. On the flip side of things, yeah, we saw price reject this level once, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this area is going to hold overall. So I'm still thinking that there could be a nice trend move to the upside out of this range area that we've seen overall. It's just going to take a little bit more time. Looking down here at the 60-minute time frame, you can see price coming into the big daily zone that we have highlighted in red. And then price has kind of been bouncing off of this zone here, just on the edge of the big daily zone. And it kind of ends up there at about 151, 57 down to the edge of the big daily zone. So nice confluence of seeing price do its thing and then reverse really hard and coming back the other way. Now, again, I don't think that this is really the stopping point here. I think there's still more to the upside. We can see price most recently just bouncing off of the support zone here. But again, this is a view of support and resistance coming in place here on the EURCAD. So as price bounces here, I think it can power through all of this resistance to the upside. As price does its thing, you know, slowly but surely moving into these wave motions that it does, and actually give another retest of the highs this coming week.